Okay, I told you guys I was going to do videos if I found out any information about Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 4 or whatever this is going to be called. And this is kind of relevant to what I just said. The project name just got, I don't want to say leaked, but talked about by some French content creators. So we're going to talk about that today. If you guys like this kind of video, leave a like, comment down below, subscribe, click the bell button, all that good stuff. Make sure you do all that so you get notified when I upload videos. So when I do stuff, you guys know. So anyway, let's get on with the video. So basically, the guy posted that Bandai Namco, their project code name for this new Tenkaichi game is called Dragon Ball Z Sparking Zero. And that's interesting because, well, one, if you guys don't know what sparking means, I'll quickly go over that. Sparking is basically the Japanese name of Tenkaichi, so it's basically just the Japanese name of Tenkaichi, but okay, that's enough of that. Anyway, so the project name is Sparking Zero, according to this person. I don't know if it's reputable, but I'm going to talk about it anyway, because if this is true, this kind of leads to the fact about what I said before, that it may be some kind of reboot or soft reboot of the franchise. And I call it a soft reboot because if you guys remember when Mortal Kombat 9 came out in 2011, it wasn't called MK9, it was just called Mortal Kombat. But everyone called it Mortal Kombat 9 because that's what it was. And eventually, Warner Brothers / NetherRealm Studio did wind up calling it MK9 internally because that's what everybody was just calling it. And the next game after that was called Mortal Kombat X or Mortal Kombat 10. And of course, then we got 11. But I'm mentioning that because it's important to think about this, because that's kind of what they did with Mortal Kombat. Because before Mortal Kombat 9 was announced, I believe the last game was MK vs. DC, which we all know how that game turned out. No one really liked that game. It's got its cult following, but it wasn't part of the main line of games. It was kind of a tide over game till the next big MK game came out. But technically that was Mortal Kombat 8, technically. But that wasn't their mainline game. Their mainline game was Mortal Kombat. So they were like, okay, since MK vs. DC didn't sell that well, let's call it Mortal Kombat. And just kind of soft reboot the series. Which they kind of retold the story anyway, so that's what I'm saying. That's why I think the Sparking Zero, they're kind of giving the Tenkaichi series or Sparking series a sort of a reboot or a kick in the butt. No, not everyone knows what Tenkaichi is. If you didn't grow up or you weren't around in 2007 when Tenkaichi 3 came out, I believe that's when it came out. I hope I'm right. I'm not going to look it up. But I'm pretty sure it was 2007. But whatever year it was, that's the last time a Tenkaichi game came out. And I'm not counting Tag Team for the PSP because that was kind of a side thing. But the last mainline numbered Tenkaichi game came out in 2007. Which means if they're doing this Zero project name, it's not going to be called Tenkaichi Zero. I can tell you that right now. That's just the internal name for it. It's probably going to be called Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi. Either that or they're going to call it Budokai Tenkaichi 4 or whatever. They might call it 4 for all we know. I don't know. Or they might call it Budokai Tenkaichi Sparking or something. I don't know. I don't know what they're going to call it. But it might not be called Budokai Tenkaichi 4. That's the whole point I'm trying to drive in for you guys. Is that it might not be called Tenkaichi 4. But everyone that's a fan of the Tenkaichi series is always going to call it that. Because it's technically the 4th game in the mainline series. But there's one reason I don't think they're going to call it Tenkaichi 4. And this is just my speculation. This isn't confirmed. This is just me speculating on stuff. I don't know if they'd call it Tenkaichi 4, because if you think about it, if they go from 1, 2, 3, 4, people are going to think, oh, well, if it came out after 3, then 4 is obviously going to be way better and have 200 plus characters in it. I'm not saying it's not going to, but it's not going to at launch. That's why I'm thinking it's going to be some kind of soft reboot to the Tenkaichi series. You have to remember something. It's not 2007 anymore. It's 2023/2024. Probably when this game is going to come out in 2024. But in this day and age, there's a wonderful magical thing that people hate called DLC. And with DLC being a thing, that means either one of two things is going to happen. One, the base roster is going to be fairly small, or two, the base roster is going to have around 50 to 60 characters, and then there's going to be a season pass announced along with it for like $20 to $40, and have like 10 or so characters maybe down the line in the season pass. That's what I'm thinking. Because the original Tenkaichi had 64 characters, I believe it was. It was around 60 some odd characters for the first game. But then the second game had like 100 and something, I think, or like something like that. And then the third one had the 160 plus. I think it was like 167 total, but including transformations. But what I'm saying is DLC is going to be very highly likely for this game, because that's the way the industry is right now. DLC is the way we get new content for games. And I think they're going to start out having the roster be fairly small. It's not going to be small like Fighters, but it's going to be fairly robust, like kind of akin to like Xenoverse 2, like when it first came out. So that's what I'm thinking. Now, other speculations I have are like, maybe this is only going to be a PS5 and Xbox Series X game. I have no idea. But that's what I'm thinking. The only reason I'm thinking that is because I feel like when they keep doing these last gen releases and then basically like upscale it or whatever they do for a PS5 version, that's basically holding the game back and making the game not as good as it could be. So I really truly do think it's going to be on the next gen consoles, the Series X and the PS5 only. Now, will there be a Nintendo version? I have no idea. And of course PC. We know it's going to have a PC release, I would assume. But will there be a Nintendo release? That's up in the air right now. I'm going to say this right now, and I'm going to get a lot of hate for it probably from Nintendo fans. But I don't care. Because I'm a Nintendo fan too, but I can look at Nintendo objectively and say they've got work to do if they want a game like this in their catalog of games for their whatever console. I don't think this would work on the Switch. Especially if it's a next-gen game only. They're going to have to announce some kind of new hardware soon. Because someone asked me in the comments, do you think this will be on Switch? And I said, I don't know, it's hard to tell. But the more I think about it, the more I want to believe that it's probably not going to be, because the Switch is so outdated with its tech that's inside the console. There's only so much they can do with it. So I don't think it's going to be on Nintendo Switch. I really don't. But every other platform, PS5, Xbox, and PC, most likely yes. I don't think it'll be on PS4. And luckily, the PS5 is getting fairly easier to find, I've heard, in some places. I still haven't seen any PS5s in the wild. I've seen Series X's, but hopefully by the time this comes out, PS5s will be more readily available. And who knows, by the time this comes out, PS5 Pro could be a thing or something. I have no idea. But I don't see that being a thing in the future yet either, because PS5 is already hard enough to get, so adding another console to that would be kind of stupid. But I'm just saying, I think it's going to be a PS5 and Xbox Series X exclusive and PC exclusive. No last gen ports or whatever. So that's it, guys. That's all there is. There wasn't really much, but I just wanted to talk more about stuff I'm speculating about, just because there's not really much else to talk about. That was pretty much it. Just the project name was leaked out, semi-leaked out. I don't know if, like I said, I don't know if it's true, but I'm going to report on it anyway. If it's not true, don't hold me to it. Take it with a grain of salt. Just take it for what it is. Take this for a discussion video. And I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching. And shout out to my Patreon supporters. Thank you guys for supporting the channel. But special shout out goes to my shout out tier members and my silver tier. I believe that's what I called it. Matt Y99, Reaper 7734, Tyler Cow, Harry Fernandez, AJ Gadawa, Oliver Frederick, the Zua Athlete, It's Me, Charles, Joe, William Swift, Jeff 17, Charlie McKeon, Reverse Security, Zoo Hull, Artistic Dominic, Prelay Ave, Just True, Arnie Insane, Agent Chief Fan, George McConnell, Extinctus, Elliot Scott, and Benjamin Tillman. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. And thank you to my membership people for supporting the channel as well. It really does help out this channel a lot, guys. I can't stress that enough. If you guys want me to upgrade more of my tech, please consider supporting me on Patreon. That's what I'm going to do with my Patreon now, is just start upgrading my tech, get a better capture device, get a better camera for you guys. So if you guys want to support me and have my tech get better and my videos look better, please consider supporting it. It really does help out a ton. Thank you guys so much. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Peace.